am out and about and pretty shocked at how many people are not wearing their masks. Just went to the dollar store for Father's Day, and I also went to the UPS. The line wasn't that long actually when I got there. By the time I left, it was crazy. Anyway, headed back home. Okay guys, so while I was at the Dollar Tree, I did find some cool containers, really basic, but I think that they will fit my stickers and it would be easier for me to fish through them while I am packing orders. So I got 2 of those, and then I also got this organizer, which just for my desk, just to try to keep things clean. So yep. So now I'm gonna see if these really fit well with my desk and my stickers. Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday. I am going to be ordering some more die cut stickers because Sticker Mule has a sale, and I'm going to be also doing a comparison of a book I just got this morning, this one. So working on that, and I do have to do some admin stuff for my shop, but yep, that's pretty much the plan. I didn't do any filming yesterday because I was focused on me and trying to think of like some stickers, which I really couldn't. I'm just like, I feel like I'm in a rut of some magnitude. I don't know. I'm just started relaxing for the rest of the day. So that's what I did. I woke up this morning, did some journaling, and now we're here. Hey guys, so I wanted to do a quick comparison, like I mentioned earlier in my video, of this Life notebook to some of the other ones I have. So first things first, I have my beautiful A6. This is housing the Nanami Cafe A6 size. I don't know if they call it a cafe, but it's the A6 size. Then I have what I'm currently transitioning into, which is a notebook that I have been using for a while now. I started it last year, kind of went to something else, and now I'm back. So this is the Tekuker. It's a hardcover, and it is called B6, but it's actually slightly shorter than a B6. This is what it looks like. Unfortunately, they no longer sell it on Amazon. I don't know if it's going to come back, but I'm actually quite sad that they no longer sell it, because now that I'm back in it, I want to get another one. because I love how hard the hardcover, and it actually came with, I think, 3 different color bookmarks, and then it has the strap. So this is the one I'm currently in, and kind of transitioning from the A6 to this one. And then I have a B6 with me. This is the Stalogy. And I have this one, which is my Chic Sparrow, and this is the B6 Slim, which is holding a Nanami Cafe B6 Slim notebook. Did you know that you can actually buy the Nanami Cafe notebooks on Amazon now? That was shocking and really nice, actually. I'm not sure if it's Prime, but it's something that they offer. If you are new to it and you like Amazon, then definitely give it a go. It does house Tomoe River notebook paper. So this is hard to open. How can I open this? Oh, wow. Okay. All right, so in comparisons, let me take everything out of their notebooks. This one's gonna be tough. Okay, so we have an A6, a B6 Slim. Can you see this? A6, B6 Slim. This is the new notebook. This is the current one I'm in, which is a Tokuker B6, and then a Stalogy B6. So they all have different heights. Let me put them in order of their height. So we have A6 the shortest, then comes this one, the one I'm currently in, then the B6 Slim, and surprisingly enough, the Stalogy and the Life Notebook are about the same size and height. The B6 Life Notebook is quite wider. Okay, so obviously the A6 is can be removed. The B6 Slim and this Tokuker are the same height, and then these two are the same height. Now when it comes to width, B6 Slim is obviously slimmer. And my current journal is slightly, like probably by 2 millimeters, slimmer than the other two. The Life Notebook and the Stalogy are quite comparable. The Stalogy has curved edges, which is actually something I never really looked at until now, looking at how the Life Notebook has more of a straight edge. But they are the same width and the same height, believe it or not. So that means it should fit in my current Sojourner, which is a B6 cover. Let's see. So the cover, I would say, I want to say the Stalogy cover is slightly thicker, just very slightly thicker. This Life Notebook is giving me a tough time trying to get it inside, but it does fit. I only stuck one side in there, but you get the idea. So it does fit, and well, that's perfect. Now, I think they come in a couple of different styles when it comes to the paper. I chose the gridded paper. And this paper should be fountain pen friendly. I don't know what kind of paper it is called. I just know that it is coated similarly to Astrology and Tomoe River, but not exactly the same. So let's do a couple of pen tests. And I do have my fountain pens here. Oh, let's check the gridded paper. So the Life notebook has yellow tinted paper, and the Astrology has white, or more white. Let's see that. There is no heading on the Life notebook, and the grid goes all the way to the edge. So I guess it's a matter of preference. I know that I have to choose my fountain pens well for this paper and Astrology, which is something I kind of forgot about when I chose to get the Astrology from an external, and I'm not really happy with how it's reacting to some of my fountain pens. I don't like when my fountain pens are, when the ink bleeds and kind of feathers out. It bothers me a lot. So I am limited to what I can use in this notebook. So let's see how it fares with my Life notebook. Okay. Just want to make sure I'm in frame. And I don't know the inks to all my pens because I did not bring my, let's say, my ink dictionary downstairs with me. But I will do the best I can. This is a TWSBI. I can already see the shading, and I can see how it doesn't immediately kind of sink into the page. It almost sits on top. Definitely I don't see any feathering, which is good. It's my TWSBI Eco. It's very smooth paper. I don't have, my nib isn't like pulling or grabbing at the paper either. And this is the stub. And what am I using? I'm using the Robert Oster Dark Chocolate, I think it is. And lately I have been loving using this pen a lot more in my journaling. Sometimes you forget how some of your pens write. This one is just so smooth. It feels really nice when I write with it, and it doesn't fatigue my hand. So this one, oh yeah, I gotta clean this one. What else? Okay, so I have my Laban. The ink, this writes nice. Okay, so the ink in this one I talked about in another video, and I can't remember the name, but it's more of a drier ink, and I can really tell because when I put in other inks in this pen, it writes so juicy. This one is so dry. It's so dry. I don't think this ink is a good fit for this pen. I can't remember if this is, I don't think this is the right number for this Laban pen, but this is the number that is on the nib. And this is the one with the black and ivory barrel. And this is supposed to be like a pinkish tone ink. So I'm just going to write pink ink. But I can definitely see the shading in this one. And although I'm not a huge fan of like yellow paper, lately it doesn't bother me because this paper is pretty yellow as well. You can see that this one has the dots and this one has the squares, but I don't mind it. The tinting is different. I think this one's a little bit more yellow, or like a warmer yellow. Okay, so let's get into my other pens. Here is my M400. Whoa. I don't know what I'm writing. M400, extra fine. And the one above, it was actually a fine. And then I have platinum carbon. That writes so smooth. And this pen, I feel like when I first wrote with it, it was a bit scratchy, but then I had to adjust like the nib a little bit and write kind of at a different angle. So I feel like there is a little bit of a sweet spot that makes this pen write phenomenally. Is that right? Phenomenally. I know I'm saying that wrong. But when I was writing with it just now, no problems whatsoever. Okay, so this is the Pelican. M600. This is the broad. Don't see any type of oh my gosh, this is great. I don't see the ink bleeding or feathering at all. And this is a Colorverse ink. That had some shimmering properties, and I can see it a little bit, not as much as I would see it on Tomoe River paper. I forgot the name of the ink. I'm just gonna say purple. And then this is the demonstrator. No, okay. I definitely need to clean this guy out. This is the M205. I always get the name wrong. And then people always correct me. I think it's the 205. This is a medium nib. Very springy. This blue, I don't know. I have so many blue inks. I think it might be like a some sailor blue ink. This one always writes good on anything. And last but not least is my M800. Definitely a heavier pen. You can hear the feedback, but it's not scratchy whatsoever. This ink is a little bit on the drier side, I want to say this is a Iro Shizuku. Turquoise color. Can't remember the name. Co Ro. I kind of felt like this pen wouldn't feel so dry on this paper, but it kind of is. Let's see. Oh man, this one writes like butter on this paper. This one writes really good too. This one kind of writes a little bit more similarly to my M800, like with the ink combination and the pen. It feels a little bit more drier to me. And this one, actually, I think I wrote the name down. Nope, didn't write down. Hold on, let me do comparisons. So you can kind of feel or hear the feedback of this one on the paper, but it's not scratchy whatsoever. This one is so smooth too. I'm almost done with this ink in this pen. I'm really excited because then I can put some really pretty like blue purple in it. Okay, so here's a comparison of the two. No issues whatsoever with any of my fountain pens here. You can kind of see that the Pelikan, my broad M600, it kind of like spreads, the ink kind of spreads out a little bit. And here it looks like it wants to, but it doesn't. It's interesting. And Laban, I didn't bring that one down to look at it, but this one was a no-go. Let's see. Pelikan Medium, which is this one. You can see more of like a different shading. You can kind of see the blue with a purple shading to it, whereas this one is kind of flat. You see the dark blue and the light blue, but you don't see this like purplish color in this on this paper. Black is black. Obviously, carbon black does not work on Stalogy paper, which is really upsetting because it's one of my favorite inks. The pink one with the Laban works just fine on this paper, but on Stalogy paper, I don't know. I guess it's about the same. It does seem like the ink, I get a thicker line on this paper than I do here. Platinum Carbon Medium. Oh, this was this pen, but I'm out of ink, so can't compare. Let's see. Oh, Pelikan M800. Same color. Yes, I can get a different, I could see some of that purple coming from the teal here, whereas this one I just see a dark teal and the light teal. So it's interesting how you get different colors or more colors coming from the ink on different papers, especially between papers that aren't Tomoe River paper, but similar or coated paper. So that's really interesting. Yeah, that's all I can compare. Oh, let me write down my TWSBI here. I have a feeling it's going to bleed or feather. Oops, of course I'm gonna write it wrong. So now I guess it does work okay, and you can still see the shading of the ink. Whereas here, it's not, you don't see as much shading as you do here. Maybe it's the color of the paper because it's so bright white in comparison that you can kind of see those other colors coming through on this paper. But I will tell you, everything writes a lot better on this paper versus the Salogy. Everything is very smooth. So that is my little 2 cents on the Life notebook. I hope you thought that was interesting. Let me know your opinions between the Life notebook, the Salogy, and the Nanami Cafe notebooks. And if anyone knows where I can find another Tokuker hardcover notebook, let me know. Please, please, please.
If we never don't know, someone's gotta change.